Instagram, like, people see that you do modelling, they see you do stuff for Scuzz, like, you seem very busy and, like, you've got a really good career. But obviously, like a lot of people, they don't realise that the careers that you end up in because you've got these illnesses aren't what you maybe dreamed of. They're not the full-time careers you thought they'd be, and you're actually just doing bits and bobs to just, you know, get some money together.
Yeah, like scraping.
Yeah, literally. And even then, sometimes you're still not making enough, even though you look really busy.
Yeah.
And like you're like girl boss or whatever.
Yeah.
So I want to hear about, you know, what you originally wanted to do and how this kind of plan changed because of all this.
Yeah. So when I was at school, I'm really academic but I wanted to be a hairdresser, and that was it, and there was no change in my mind. I was good at I used to like cut people's hair when I was like 13 and 14 years old, and got in loads of trouble like with giant like it was through the massive emo phase, and I'd do like boys' hair and they'd go home and I'd get in trouble. But it was great and I loved it. It was just one of those things that made me really, really happy. And I worked with Tony and Guy first. Yeah, I worked with them first. And that was amazing because I was like, this is the best company I could ever get in with. Oh my god. I worked with them and it was amazing. But then so I've got erythromelalgia, which makes you like red and swollen. It kind of just opens all of your blood vessels to your extremities, and it just like pumps everything down there. So they just get like, it just feels like they're on fire. But I had no idea up until last year that I had that, so I just didn't know why this was going on. And another thing that I thought everyone had, so I was just like, you suck it up for a bit, and then so I've been with Tony Guy for I think it was almost a year, and then I was just too swollen. I take so much time off, and because you either get fired or you quit out of like, I'm gonna get fired. So it's at that point where you're like, I need to leave. So I moved back to Scotland where it's colder, and finished my hairdressing there, and that was okay, and it was really great. And then I was like, right, I can do this. Maybe it's a thing that I could do. But it was like over winter, so it was colder, so I wasn't affected as much by like, because it's usually heat related most of the time. It's like flare-ups. Where was I?
In Scotland.
Sorry. So I'd come back from Scotland after finishing my hair stuff, and then went to work at salon in Kingston, and the boss is absolutely amazing. They're really nice. They always let me sit down, and they didn't know there was anything wrong with me, but they just, you know when you know that someone's not faking what they're saying, like they're genuinely like, I need to sit down or I'm not going to do this job anymore. It's that simple. So they let me sit down, and they were really great. Then it reaches that point again where if you work like 5 days in a row in a week, that's it. Like by Friday I'm destroyed, and then next week I still can't work because my feet are blistered, like it's so gross. So they'll just be, I can't fit them in my shoes. So,
that's swollen and sore. And
so I've got like shoes in like 2 sizes too big for when that happens, but then they still can't fit in them eventually. So you can't go, and you're like, and you take all this time off. And they're like, oh, well, she's going to get better now she's had that time off. You're like, no, because it'll just take 3 more days. Because if you're constantly like stood up, or even sat down at a desk, it's like office jobs that you think I'd be able to do if I sit down, but you still can't, because you're still just there, and it's really frustrating, because you've like, so I worked really hard and did all that, and I was 22 by the time I realised that was a non-goer, and you're like, oh, 6 years of like time wasted. And that was when I still didn't get a diagnosis, so I just thought I was kind of useless. So I was like, why can't I do these things? So it was incredibly frustrating. But then you do eventually. So that's how I found like modelling and stuff as well. It was like, it's a job I can choose to do when I want. And then especially with Instagram and stuff, so I could just sell like prints online, which is the best.
That's ideal, isn't it? That's the dream.
Don't leave the house. Everything's great. Don't need to talk to anyone. You just like post a link. Okay, great, thanks. That was paid.
Thank God you're good looking. I mean, like, very lucky.
I know, imagine, oh my god. Well, that was weird. So I met this girl on Instagram the other day. So she got told by her doctor to post something, to start on Instagram and hashtag it. And she was like, no, I don't want to. The doctor was like, just trust me, you'll find someone that has what you have. And she did. And she's been on there like, it was like 2 days before I found her post, and we have every single medical condition the exact same.
Amazing.
But she is 31 so she's 4 years older than me, and she's just like that 4 years ahead of me. So she got diagnosed at the same age as I got diagnosed. Like everything is the same, but she's chosen to be in a wheelchair so she can work, because she has to work 9 to 5 Monday to Friday, so that she can actually go out. And you're like, oh,
how does that make you feel then? Like
that was a bit like, oh, that's my option. Okay.
Yeah, makes it feel a bit serious, doesn't it?
Yeah, yeah. Because you kind of know, because my nanny has had the same stuff as I have, which is really cool, because I love her. It's not really cool, I loved her. But like, we were so close. She was my favourite person in the whole world. But yeah, nobody had a clue what she had like then. They just, because she had a underactive thyroid, so she was really overweight. This was before they like sorted medication out. So she just put on weight. It didn't matter. I think she ate 1 yogurt a day, and that's all she ate, and she just continued to put on weight. I mean, she drank a lot of brandy, which didn't help. But
like I said, that's her version of having a cigarette, isn't it?
Same, yeah, same. So she had all the same things I had, and she couldn't walk by the end, like near the end. So her feet, like she wore sandals, and I got a pair of like the Dr. Martens vegan sandals, and they're almost identical to the ones she wore, but as in white. I was just like, oh, am I there? I'm like, she was 60, but am I reaching that point?
On your way.
Yeah, you're like, because I've seen it. I saw my nanny, and then I saw this other girl, and you're like, you kind of want to ignore it, but you're also like, but it's not going to go away, and it is going to happen. You just need to start to come to terms with it before then, really. I don't know. I think that's one of the harder ones. Because you want to talk to these people that have it, but then you're like, you can see them at different stages of what you're going to be, so you're like,
But you've also got to remember, like, everyone is completely unique and different, so like, the speed at which deterioration might happen is going to be different. At your ability to bounce back, your resilience is going to be different, so it's only like a slight gauge. It's not really a perfect guide ever, is it?
And like medication's getting better and better, and they're finding out more and more stuff, so you're like, maybe. But yeah, so it's like, I think because you can, that's another one where you can walk. So this girl in the wheelchair, she can walk, but she can't live a normal life. If she does walk, she'd be bedridden. So you're like,
it's like a either or scenario, and you've got to kind of pick.
So you're kind of like, you would choose it, really. But yeah, that's because she doesn't have the option to like just work from home, or like, so I can sell prints, and I'm really, really lucky that I can do that. So I can do that, and it doesn't really affect me that much. Whereas like most people like have to go to work, have to go do a 9 till 5, and that's, I think, where people don't understand it as much. Like for them, like I feel so bad for them, like, because I'm just like, I can't do it at all. Like, I'm just like, no, sorry, not doing it.
See, I'm at that point where I could work a few days and probably get through it, but I would be in a lot of pain by the end of it. And finding a job that I could do, that they'll allow me to just do a few days a week, and potentially even on those days be like, I'm having a flare up on this day, so I can't come in for that day. It's hard, if not impossible, and I think that's what people don't understand when they're just like, I'll just get a part-time job, and I'm like, but even that has to be flexible.
And if you have that part-time job, your rest of your week's done. That's it. You're not having an enjoyable time anymore, because you need to sleep the whole time. So you're like, great, so I still just work and go to sleep. Or maybe you'll get one day in that week where you're like, okay. That's usually after you've taken a sick day from work. So then when you're out doing something the next day, they're like, you're lying, and you're like, I'm not.
And it still won't be enough for me, in my case, for instance, to move out of my family home. So is there any point in doing a part-time job that will mean I'll make myself iller, and I won't be able to still move out and have an independent adult life? Or do I try and do stuff from home like YouTube and just get a bit of money in and hope that one day it will bring in a bit more money? You know, it's a hard decision.
It is so hard. I'm really lucky I've got an Oliver.
He's a good one, isn't he?
He's good. He's like, because I was just like, I wanted to stop everything, and I wanted to go to uni, because I was like, I need to learn something new. I was like, I'm on paper now, I'm done. But I was like, I can't use this stuff that I have, so I was like, I have nothing left now. So I was like, I need to go to uni, because I was like, I can't just keep doing little jobs. Like, I'm really heavily tired. Like, that's that's not helping anything either. Like,
Yeah.
so one, getting the jobs is hard, and then two, keeping it, no. So I was like, I need something, so I'm like, I have something there. And I started doing uni, which helps a lot because student loan is marvellous in London.
God, yeah, I'd love a student loan again, that'd be glorious.
I was just like, I wasn't prepared. I just didn't realise how much it was going to be, and I was like, oh, I don't actually need to work. I mean, you do still need to, like.
Yeah, but you can look after yourself and your body a bit more because of it. Which this is my argument about like PIP and ESA and stuff, because I think obviously they of course need to prioritise people that can't work at all, that are in bed, but there needs to be some sort of accommodation for, not accommodation, but like they need to look out for people that aren't like ill all the time, but they're not well enough to work to bring in enough money. There needs to be something for those people as well, because we're in this limbo land where we can't get help from anywhere.
Yeah, and it's so frustrating. There's like, so I haven't applied because I was just like, I looked and every person I spoke to was like, it's just stressful, and stress causes all of my stuff to flare up. So like, well, I just won't bother. Like, I'll wait till I'm really, really poor, and then you're like, I got to that point where I was really, really poor. Like, it's 2 weeks before my student loan right now. Like, I'm poor. But like, still not poor enough to apply, and it's terrible, really, because you get like allowances at uni as well. So you get extra money from uni, you get PIP, and you get PIP continuously while you're at uni.
You shouldn't feel guilty about getting that money because you that's what it's for.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, the system is not working, and it's not helping the people that do deserve it.
Yeah. Well, it's made it worse for everyone. Like, just everyone involved. Like, they reassess people that are quadriplegic.
Yeah. That's a long word for us with brain problems.
So, and they're reassessing them, and the people are like, what? Like, no, I'm not suddenly able to walk now. Like, they're like, well, maybe you are. No, still very much.
And if they cared about these people, they wouldn't put them through this very emotional, very physically taxing stuff, like getting to the appointments, filling out forms.
Exactly. And then sometimes they put a pause on people's payments while they reassess them, and you're like, but they very much are disabled. Like, they can't walk, and you're like, because not being able to walk doesn't mean you, like, so people can live a perfectly normal life and work really great jobs. Like, that's, but there's, you know, there's different levels. See, this is about ignorance. Even though, I'm like, I hate when people are ignorant to my things, and I'm like, I am still.
It's hard to be completely, like, everything you say someone could take wrong just because we're maybe not using the right vocabulary or not, like, explaining it in full enough, but basically we want everyone that needs the help to have the help, everyone that wants it to be able to accept it, but
it's, they made it a lot worse, but hopefully it'll get better soon. Soonish. Even for the people, because I'm like, I feel like I need it, even for medication costs. You know, like, it costs me a lot to have the medicines I need, but then if I don't take them, one if I stop taking suddenly, if I've got no money and I stop taking it, you can die.
That's a bit of a problem.
Maybe I need that one. And then there's other ones that if I have all of them all of the time, I get a lot of good days. Like, if I take all of them, but you're like, it works out very expensive, because prescriptions, although they're £8, and we're like saving a lot of money. Like, if we were in America, that'd be it for me. I'd be like, no, far too expensive for me to live.
It's scary, the thought of what happens in America. But I wouldn't mind, like, if they don't want to give money to maybe the milder cases or the ones that go like that, even if they said, you can have this amount of money, but it has to go towards seeing someone to help with your muscles, a physio person, it has to go towards your medical bills, something like that. I'd be fine with that.
Pay them directly. That'd be, because you're like, cool, I can live more normally then. That's all that it's for. Like, the payments should be there to help with.
It's not for me to go on a jolly to Mallorca. I will save up my money to do that. I need this for just like being able to get a taxi to the doctor's appointment or something.
Because it's never enough money anyway. Like, the payments they're not huge. Like, everyone's like, oh, you'll be on disability benefits, that's amazing. You're like, Paddy. You're like, legit, there's no money, guys. It's to cover like the bare minimum. It's to cover the extra stuff that I have to pay for that you don't. And they're like, oh.
Yeah, it's not glamorous.
But they're still like, but you get extra money for free. I'm like, not for free.
Trust me, I'm working with it.
I'm very much paying for it.
Now, I want to ask you about, like, obviously we've got Lady Gaga that's spoken honestly about like having fibromyalgia. We've got now Avril Lavigne's talking about her Lyme disease. Does that make you feel better, happier? Do you think it's doing some good for people's understanding of this stuff?
Yeah, the people seeing Lady Gaga's fibro, like for me that was really cool, because that was like, I get that, like when she's just, because people don't get that when I'm crying and just, because it was cool. It was the coolest thing I've seen, because it was finally someone could understand like that, because of the way it was shot, and it was just really great. And as she said, she was like, if she didn't have her care team, she doesn't understand how people would like function, and that, I think that really hit home for a lot of people. Like, so I watched it with Ollie again, and he was like, oh, I get it now. I was like, why you literally spend all of your time with me?
Isn't it funny?
Don't understand.
Yeah, that they have to look at something on a screen of someone they don't, is this still recording it? Of someone they don't know.
Yeah.
To accept this is what's going on.
It's ridiculous.
It's weird, but if it helps, it's still good.
Yeah, I think because they also don't want to believe that the person like that they love and care about is sick. They kind of they constantly want to think that, oh no, maybe you're not sick, because once you're sick, they can't help you.
That's the frustrating thing for them, isn't it?
Yeah.
That they can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
They can support, but they can't fix it.
Yeah, and they want it, like people want to fix people all the time, and it's that's a frustrating one for people. I think those definitely for boyfriends. Because they just want to fix, and they just want to care and help and love you, but they can't.
No, they can't. I even find that with my parents, like whenever I say, oh, like maybe my legs are killing me today or something like that, they'll be like, oh, why? What have you done today? I'm like, it's because of that. Like, how many times do I have to say that is linked to that? It's not because I've fallen down or gone for a run. It's just like a normal symptom that I'm getting all the time. Why do you still try to deflect it away from a diagnosis?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, we all get that. That's just normal aches and pains.
I hate that. Or they try to one-up you. It's like, it's not a competition. Like, you can win if you want. Like, I don't want to win.
Yeah.
This is a game that everyone loses. Like, so, like, when you're like, oh, I've got really sore feet, and they're just like, oh yeah, I've been up all day, my feet are terrible, I've actually been doing stuff today, and it's like, okay.
Yeah, fine. I'm just going to let you have it because I don't have the energy
to fight.
Literally,
I'm not going to argue with it. Like, if you want to win, like, it's not a fun game to win. Like, no, it's not cool.
It's not a good prize.
You're like, oh, I'm in the most pain. Great. Fantastic.
It's weird though, isn't it? That's
one of the things that I have noticed with people that, so fibro gets misdiagnosed a lot, and people that genuinely have fibro do not want it, and it's horrible. But people that have some illness that's not diagnosed, like they definitely have something, it's just not fibro, because it's like they're different, but they have something that's probably worse than fibro, but they're just, it's going undiagnosed because just doctors.
But I think that all of the ones under, it's like fibro, POTS, CFS, ME, Lyme, they're all getting confused, all the ADS as well, all confused, and a lot of people have multiples, like those things come hand in hand.
Yeah, they totally do, like it's weird to have just one.
Yeah.
Like, if one person just had EDS, you'd be like, well, it's probably just hypermobility. Like,
it's
because otherwise you'd be affected by a lot more. Yeah, it's so odd, because you literally do it, it's like just a collection of things you don't want. You just get more and more. As you get, that's what's the worst as well. When you get older, you do get more and more.
Oh, great. You always think of something positive to end.
It's not the worst, but you just like, it's not. I don't think it's even that you get more and more. I think it's that you get diagnosed, because it just like surfaces, or you've been treated for the thing.
They've eliminated everything else by that point.
Everything else is gone. Like, years have passed, and like, okay, it's probably this then.
But isn't it bad? Because I think I've found out more from talking to other people online or from doing my own research than I have from my GPs.
Yeah.
And like, they're only exploring EDS with me, because I went to the doctor and looking at my medical history, and I was like, do you not think it's weird that I went to see a heart specialist there?
Yeah.
That I had my dislocated hip there?
Yeah.
And then she was like, oh, maybe we should transfer you to the rheumatologist
guy.
I was like, yeah, maybe we should.
Years ago. Yeah, that was, I had to ask, well, I went in, I hated this, so I found out what EDS was, never heard of it before. It was a Daily Mail article, and I was so mad. I was just like, I couldn't have been anywhere else, and I was like, because I couldn't lie about it. They were like, where did you find this? I was like, Daily Mail. And they're like, great, fantastic. But yeah, I went in and I like printed off the sheet and I ticked everything that I had, and she was like, oh, that's that, and like sent me across, and yeah, it's just like ridiculous. It is annoying. It was Daily Mail.
It's
really annoying.
You're good for something.
Yeah, I was like, oh, and because like you never click on those, like it was always like clickbait articles. I just happened to click on those, and I was just like, oh, that makes sense. But then it turns out, because EDS, like, because it's usually really tall or like thin people that have EDS, and it just is, because like my whole family's 5'1". Like my nanny was taller, I think she's like 5'3", but then I'm 5'7", 5'8", and you're like, that makes no sense. Like, why am I this? And like all my limbs are really long, and I look like a monkey when I was a child. Honest to God, I was such a hairy child. I was just so limmy. Long.
Or like just gangly and a bit clumsy.
Yeah, no, literally like a baby monkey. Cool. But this should have been noticed. You know, you're like, look at this really, really tall child, and then your other one, like my sister's 5'1", and you're like, maybe someone could have picked up on this beforehand.
But again, they didn't have the understanding. If they don't have it, is this still working yet? If they didn't have it then, now, they definitely didn't have it then. Like, I got accused always of having an eating disorder because I was always slim.
Same,
I was like, why didn't you explore instead? Maybe there's something going on with my bones or my ability to get energy from the food or something.
You absorb nothing. You know, when you're eating, because everyone's like, oh, she can eat as much as she wants and then put some weight. I'm like, I want to. I'd love to. It'd be amazing. Like, because you forever always got called anorexic at school. You're like, I'm eating, guys. Like everything is, and then it starts to, you kind of start to convince yourself, oh, maybe you do.
Because it gives too much focus on the process of eating and stuff, because you're thinking about it, because everyone's bringing it up.
And then it makes it all weird, and then you have this weird relationship with food that you like. Because I think, because it affects like stomachs and stuff. So like you have this weird relationship with food anyway, but it's usually unknowingly. Like I'll avoid foods that I didn't really know why I was avoiding them, and I just avoid them. And I remember I went to a vegan like dinner party with friends a while ago, and there was all these foods, and it was amazing. And I was like, I know I shouldn't eat that, but I don't know why. Like I've not had it since I was like a small child. I was immediately sick when I got home. I got to like a friend's house, and it was just around the corner. I got there, I just threw up. It's like, cool, great. I'm gonna leave now.
God, it's crazy how fast bodies react to that. Like my parents quite often didn't believe how instantaneous it could be for me. Like I'd eat something, I'd have to run to the toilet. And in the end, I used to just take pictures so they could see that it was.
They never believe you. I remember being sick as a kid as well, and like I just continuously, I'd have a drink of water, come up, so I just stopped. This is gross, but I just stopped running to the toilet because you have no energy, like flopping all over the place.
Okay, we've been talking for bloody ages, so we're going to wrap it up. But we were just saying, if there's any subjects you want us to come together and talk about in a bit more detail, whether it's like how to make relationships work with chronic illness, or friendships, or how to have confidence when you've got all this,
confidence,
that might be a good one. But if any of these appeal, let us know, put it in the comments. And if you've got any questions or anything, just let us know, or hit us up on Instagram and with a DM. No sleazy DMs for this one.
No Richard pictures.
Richard pictures. I might accept them actually. But I hope you've enjoyed this video. Us just having a good old natter on the goth sofa.
Oh yeah, my God.
That's the best. And just leave us a comment, and we'll see you in another video soon. Bye. Bye. Bye.